what he might say.
What happened to Joel Macon, talking of Robert Owen players?
I think he's suffering with a bit of an injury. Pulled out this week, I believe. But it was on the cards.
Oh, what a finish there from Daryl Selby. Ball just popped up slightly off the side wall here, just behind the service box, but he...
In the legs, you know, each one of those minutes.
Well, you laugh. That's a marathon match for me these days.
I keep seeing about your Sunday service every Sunday at Chapel A, though.
Sunday, funny enough, yeah.
Is it? It's on Sundays.
You're welcome to come if you feel you need any point scores, actually, to yourself. So...
Making the most of his court bookings, isn't he, Parky?
He certainly is. Getting a lot of squash this week, but he looks a strong lad.
7-8.
Looks like he can run all day, to be honest. Another one saved. Selby not one to panic though.
11-9.
Duly dispatched.
Right on cue, just very casually done there by Daryl Selby. So good for England, and England shirt as well. Won so many matches. Very, very important matches as well. I've actually been part of the team with him at Aberdeen when we won the European Team Championships back in 2009. That was a phenomenal shot there from Amir Evans. Both feet were off the ground there. That's wonderful skill. This is what I was alluding to earlier, just using that skill
7-6.
when he's in front of Selby most of the time, sometimes perhaps behind him.
What a rally!
That was, yeah, Daryl Selby would be proud of that one. It was all over the place, this rally, but very entertaining. You don't often see a volley corkscrew boast, but then the fan shot for winner.
It's outrageous.
From the Welshman. 1 point away now from levelling up this second game.
Down.
Oh.
11-9 against Selby.
Very optimistic and speculative, really, from the back of the court for Evans, but he's obviously getting a little bit weary. Yeah, got what it deserved, really, that boast. It was too high, popping up off the side wall. That's what you have to do in these big events, is try and win in three. That's great improvisation from Selby.
There's a balance to it though, Parky. You don't want to feel rusty as well. That's the
yeah, that's true.
The other thing that 17 minutes can do.
Well, that's true, and I think that Selby, in a way, is enjoying this, even though it's getting quite challenging. It's getting his eye in. He's getting a decent run out here. We only need one, and that's a good call from Amir Evans. Good performance as well from the young Welshman against a very experienced Daryl Selby, who will be mightily relieved to get off in three, as he takes it 11-9, 11-9, 11-8 in 38 minutes. Yeah, I think it was. Wonderful shot. A little bit of applause there. Nice to see from fellows.
Just a little hold and then boom.
We'll need to do that. Fallows. It wasn't. Didn't need to force it at that point.
There's no real pressure on the shot.
No. And Woolstrop, that's a nice finish.
Nice finish.
Good bit of applause there from Woolstrop as well. It's very difficult to read this. Looks like it could go for a straight.
Yeah.
Well, that ball goes into the tin. It's a good squeeze from Fallows and an excellent first game for the youngster. Wow,
Richard.
That is phenomenal. From the back of the court there. Very impressive from Fallows. You just can't read this, and I mean, I don't think anybody in the world could pick that up.
That's it, you're having to react all the time, aren't you? Constantly.
Yeah, and I think what the good players do is, like Nick Matthew, you know, he's the same. You can see that he's not quite as sharp as he was when he was 25. Or should I say 29, 30, because he was probably at his peak then. But you find ways to get better in other areas. Leaping across, but 6 game balls now for James Woolstrop. Clever hold.
Nice hold. Nice little triple base. Fallows. Got Woolstrop on his heels a little bit there, didn't he?
Finish. Very clever shot from Woolstrop as he equalises here.
Wow. Another superb.
And that kind of backhand helps as well.
That's the one. Oof. Drop shot again. And backhand.
Yeah, he just. I mean, it's bread and butter for Woolstrop. He must have. This must be his 10 millionth. If you're playing channel games, especially on this backhand side, Woolstrop. See, the tension is still there. I mean, he's that kind of character a little bit, Fallows. I think if he was too passive on court, he wouldn't play very well. It's tight work from both players.
So tight on the backhand.
Oh, again, another. That's 3 or 4 unforced errors from Fallows, and that has come really from the loss of concentration, arguing with the referee. You know, he does like to have a word. Great shot. Wonderful shot there from Woolstrop. So late playing that from. It's a little bit half court.
Yeah, so it's a bit mid court, wasn't it? And then
a little touch on the back, which, as you know, really it happens a lot in squash. Just to let you know, let your opponent know where you are.
Yeah.
Just a natural response.
Fallows he's hanging in there this game. Again, being proactive.
Yeah, he's still not quite getting the quality on his length hitting. That's a little bit better. Yeah, back wall boasts against Woolstrop aren't really a good tactic usually. I mean, I know that was the only shot he had.
Firing those tight backhand drop shots in from the back of the court again, James. There's the opening.
Down.
Well, that's a little bit poor from Fallows.
Match to Woolstrop. Woolstrop wins 3 games to 1.
So a good performance in the end from James Woolstrop, winning 3 games to 1 in 49 minutes. He's through to the semi-final.
That's a great shot from there, isn't it, Parky? Just using the strings, cutting it in.
Fantastic. Look how low he gets as well. Stays balanced.
Both players neck and neck in this first game. Not a lot between them. Still trying to find each other out.
And out, 7-all.
Loose ball from Greg there, duly punished by...
Oh, he's missed it there. He's got away with it. Still increasing the pace, the Scotsman. This is a good game of squash, Josh.
Yes. We found ourselves with a cracking match on our hands, eh, Parky? I don't know what the shot count of this rally is, but it's certainly adding up.
Yeah, both players just... Quite often you get one dominating and the other struggling, but both players pressing all the time in that rally. Particularly back inside, we're talking about Chris Simpson's backhand, but Greg Lobban is very, very... Even 2 game balls to Chris Simpson in this first game. Really high quality, highly competitive quarter-final, first game, and it's a great squeeze from Simpson. Frustration there telling from Greg Lobban.
And it showed very strongly yesterday against someone like George, but showed at the back end of that first game and the opening of this second game.
Bottom of the tin there for Lobban. And this is what he can do sometimes. He just loses focus and his concentration. I think a string's gone there. Yeah, that's white. Yeah.
We're running around trying to find some rackets for him to use. But I can't say I've ever walked out of the house and gone, it's the first thing I think about. Rackets, shoes. You've got a pair of shorts, right? Okay.
Yeah, I thought it might have been out, that one, but I think it's going to be academic, really.
Game 2,
Something's really up with Lobban.
2 games to love.
2-point cushion here in the third game. Momentum is truly against the Scottish player.
Yeah, it certainly is. He's just not. He's looking aggravated and.
5.
Does lend itself to not giving much away.
It's very true.
Son of a Yorkshireman, I know the feeling.
Oh, wow! That was smooth from Chris Simpson.
Hand out, 7-5.
Great hands there from the middle of the court.
As he takes, he gets 4 match balls here, 4 opportunities, and he only needs 1.
6.
Greg Lobban,
Simpson.
I think, was not feeling good at all in that match.
11-8, 11-1, 11-6.
Chris Simpson did all the right things. He played a solid game of squash. Comes through 11-8, 11-1, 11-6. 3-love in 35 minutes.
See, obviously, like you're saying, tactically, how he will adapt slightly depending on his opponent.
Well, his attention to detail is famous, really. And yeah, he would have put a lot of thought into it against certain players. And you might not believe me, Kev, but I actually saw that one coming. But it is quite easy from here. Or it's a little bit easier than when you're actually on court. But it was a loose drop from Josh Masters.
Maybe the lower ranking can get 7-8 all.
I just think it's because there's so many players that can match each other in terms of racket work. You know, you see 2 players knocking up.
No let.
Perhaps 20 and 50 in the world, and
5-4.
you wouldn't be able to tell that there was so much of a difference between them just hitting the ball. So for a few rallies. I like his backhand. He's a little bit stronger on his backhand side.
Hand out, 8-5.
Oh, nice.
What a finish.
Both feet were off the ground when he went for that slam Duncan. Wonderful shot here on the forehand. We're talking about the backhand of Josh Masters, but that's...
Saying about those big points at the end of game.
Just pulling away slightly. He's not got a massive lead, but just enough. Just a nice 3-point cushion. Just gives himself a bit of margin for error here.
Down.
It doesn't need to because
11,
Josh Masters will do it for him.
Game to Matthew.
He's uploading it as we speak.
He's got a bit of confidence now. He's hit the ball really
Going for
well.
his
He's an
shots.
accurate player. Nice player to watch, Josh Masters.
Yeah. Certainly being aggressive here, isn't he? Attacking. I think there, several shots in a row to the front of the... And that's the key, isn't it? Playing the right shot.
Consistent. So consistent. Shot selection. Well, he's mishit that one. Well, he's played an absolute roller. I don't think he was going to get 2 in a match.
No.
That was a mishit. You can see here, just didn't quite get it in the sweet spot.
Didn't get it as clean there, did he?
No complaint from Matthew.
I think he accepted that.
Oh. Wow.
Oh, pick up. I think Josh thought he'd hit the winner there.
Well, so did I. I mean, this went
8,
so low,
5.
but it was slightly lucky. A very sort of intimate setting with the smaller seating here, but still is the quarterfinals of the national championships, and you're playing one of the best players ever to pick up a racket, and Nick Matthew closes it out in the first time of asking in his second game. Yeah, completely, and it's the quarterfinals. It's a very sort of intimate setting with the smaller seating here, but still is the quarterfinals of the national championships, and you're playing one of the best players ever to pick up a racket, and Nick Matthew closes it out in the first time of asking in his second game.
Yeah, he gave a little shake of the head, didn't he? He wasn't happy with the shot, but
it worked.
It was good enough.
There's that danger area again. It's straight onto the volley, the forehand volley of Nick Matthew. This time just going for a straight volley length, but with some ferocity.
Yeah. Is he going to run out of ideas of how to try and stay in the game? It's hard at this point, isn't it? You're 2 love down, 8-4 down.
Oh,
I think he got that.
He did. That was an unbelievable flick. That was... I'm not quite sure how he did that. I mean, look how close this was to the side wall. He just... Virtually nothing happened with the wrist there. 5 match balls for Nick Matthew, the 9 times champion. God knows how many semi-finals he's played, but he's going to get another one here. That's a great performance.
11-5.
Solid performance from Josh Masters. A lot to
3 games to love.
be optimistic about for the young player.
11-5.
But Nick Matthew,
11-5.
the experienced campaigner, comes through 11-7, 11-5, 11-5. 3 love in 36 minutes.